Hey everyone, welcome to another rendition of New Player Podcast. As you can see, I'm joined by a new permanent crew here, I'm glad to say. First, I'm with Mr. Bryant B Squared Bonifant.
You're that nerd.
What's up,
How's
y'all?
it going, man? And of course, his cohort from the Fad. These guys had their own podcast, interviewed him several times. Justin King Kong over here.
You're naked. There's a 14-year-old girl. You're chasing a cat around. You've got Cool Whip.
That was Justin's last outing.
Gosh,
Yeah. It's been a few months.
Yeah, right. Don't tell anybody. Why you got to put that on blast?
It's been a few months since we did our last episode, but of course, Justin, Brian, and myself, little good buddies outside of the recording world here, and spent enough time sitting here talking, and we thought, why not, guys? Let's bring back New Player Podcast, and you can still see us at all the original places at New Player Podcast on Facebook, and of course at New Player Podcast on YouTube. And don't forget to check out the Fad's website. Where's the Fad at, guys? We're gonna keep that around. We decided we wanna make sure the Fad sticks around for longevity. So where can they still go check out some old videos of your guys's?
the Facebook, I would say. Go to Facebook and just search for The Fad. You'll find us, The Fad Podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the Fad, and I think you guys are the first one that pops up.
I think it is. I think it's. I think it's The Fad
so. It's
Pod.
just like, yeah.
Pretty sure I saw you guys
Like,
floating around on Instagram.
We don't even
too.
know anymore.
Yeah, we're on.
thanks.
We are on Instagram too. I don't. Yeah, you're right. I don't know more. It's been a long time since I've.
If you put in
Checked out
the
any of that.
Fad into the search
Yes.
engine in Facebook, we're gonna come up.
Yeah.
All right, riveting.
You'll see our faces.
I know, right?
Our faces come up.
Shut up!
Yeah, so like we were saying, we were all itching to do some more recording, so we decided, why not? New Player Podcast all set up. It's been a while. Here we are. Probably saw our splashy new intro. We got same music,
Right.
new icons. So we dipped into a little bit of our history with the Fad interviews. So people shouldn't be, if they're longtime listeners of the 4 episodes we've had, they are probably somewhat familiar with you guys. But let's do a quick background. Let's refresh them on who you guys are. Let's start with Bryant. Let's start with
Who are you as
Bryant.
a person?
Yeah,
Yeah, get down
Yeah.
into the nitty
Where'd
gritty.
you come from?
Right?
How do we all
What
know
made
each other,
you this
Bryant?
way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Why are you the person you are? Unfortunately,
Yes. What is your go-to
Unfortunately.
excuse for being late for work, bro?
Oh
Yeah.
man, that one that's personal, bro.
All right.
You're cutting
Everybody's
deep.
got one. Everybody's got one.
Okay. And just to remind people what the tagline of our show is, we are video games, pop culture, and personal lives. So Bryant is about to dive right into his personal life for us.
Into my personal life. Man, people need to take a shot at off of this one.
I know,
So
right?
Bryant
Let's
was originally
just
born in
start drinking.
New York, right? You're actually a New
Yeah,
York
you
native.
want me to go? You want me to start from the beginning? Holy shit!
I want to.
You want to start from you start from the beginning, bro.
It's like so. My
No,
my
but,
parents met.
1988.
Yeah, we could summarize it. We could do a quick synopsis.
my parents.
God damn it, Justin. So my name's Brian Bonifant. I'm a local Californian living in Tennessee. I hate both of you. I hate both of you.
All right, enough of you, Justin. Just to get more buddy.
Shut up.
No, yeah. So, all right, Brian, come on. Give him some. You're in Tennessee now. Why are you out in Tennessee now? What's the good word in Tennessee?
Moved out here for work, but I hang out with these hooligans all the time on video chat.
Yes.
Pretty much, we would be doing this if we would still be doing this anyways if we weren't recording. Put it that
In
way.
person, yeah. Just if we were all in the same city or if we're thousands of miles apart.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
agree with that.
How you like Tennessee, by the way, Brian, compared to California? I know it's got to be kind of low out there.
Funny enough, you know what? I kind of forget that I'm not in California, and I kind of forget that I'm not in Tennessee.
Right.
Nowadays, it becomes so I'm so acclimated towards it. It's like, you know what? I kind of forget where I'm at.
After
It's so
5 or
different,
6 years,
though.
yeah. I
so
know.
different though out there.
Well,
You drive the
I mean,
roads,
it
it's all
definitely
different.
is probably it. Justin just visited maybe 3 weeks ago.
More than that. It was the end of
Really?
January.
Okay.
It was like
it feels like it was like
a month,
yesterday.
It was like
bro.
a month and a
Yeah.
half ago or so.
Yeah.
But
But-
I went out there. It's different
Get
out there, bro.
acclimated towards it. See,
Yeah.
what was I keep asking him this because I'm like not sure because I've been now I'm normal.
Definitely the roads. Sure the street lights are still the same size,
Yes.
like but the roads are different,
The sky's still blue.
Yeah, the sky's still blue,
Right. They have cars there and stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, dude, and then like all like everyone we ran into had an accent. So I was probably the one with the accent.
Is that
You know what I'm
Southern
saying?
drawl? No, it's not too much.
Yeah.
It's kind of a little accentuated.
Yeah,
It's a
right.
little more Theo Vaughn.
You got that southern accent going. Oh, I liked it, bro.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I was all like, damn, look at these white women with that accent. Ugh.
Brian's like, that dude's
Great ass.
That's all All right, interesting. It's different. It's
is.
It's not. It's definitely different from SoCal. I mean, that's.
Sure.
I think that's.
I mean,
Yeah,
us
needless
going
to
to the
say.
Jack Daniel's distillery. I mean, we were in the boonies
That's
Oh,
pretty
that-
cool.
because I
That was
live
awesome.
in Nashville, so I live in the city.
Yeah.
I live in the city.
Right.
So
City.
the quote
Yeah.
quote. I live in the city, so going out to
what I-
Lynchburg.
Oh, Lynchburg. That's good.
Yeah, dude, there was nothing
It's
out there. It was
I
like,
know.
dude,
There
you
was
would
nothing, bro.
I would not want to be walking down that street at night, dude. It's
Yeah.
like, dude,
Man,
it's like Texas
worst thing you're
Chainsaw
gonna-
Massacre shit.
The worst thing that's gonna happen is you get hit by a deer. A deer's gonna come up on you.
Get hit by a deer, yeah, right.
I've,
Nothing's
Horror movies, man.
At the beginning of horror movies,
I
bro.
see some.
walk on the I heard, well, from what I heard, Brian's like the king of Nashville. Like, he gets up there, dude, puts his hat at a jaunty angle, and just sashays down that sidewalk, and people are
move
like,
somebody out of the way.
From what I've heard, Bryant is the man.
oh, dude, yeah. Look at him. Look at him. All right. Fair enough. Okay. So, but yeah, Brian's long-term. I bet Brian, I think Brian and I go back the longest, kindergarten. Yeah, we actually went to Corneted together. That kind of gives away our location, but yeah, or where we were at least in the early days. But yeah, Brian and I go way back. Went to the same sleepovers during elementary school a little bit.
was
Didn't really start hanging out until
horrifying,
high
by the way.
school. What's up?
Yeah. That was horrifying, by the way. That iguana kept me up all night.
Was that Brian's house?
Brian
yeah.
Willie's house. Brian
Yeah,
Willie's house.
that's right. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, Brian and I go back a ways. Justin, I feel like we both met in high school. So
Yeah.
that goes
That was
back
like
just
it.
as far.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Bryant too. Like, yeah, I met Bryant in high school too.
I
Yeah. I met
did,
both
but
of you
I
guys in
didn't
high school.
meet you, Justin, until
Till you're able
Yeah.
to start doing
We didn't start hanging out
recreational
for a
drugs
while,
together.
but
yeah.
the meeting part, yeah, that was on high school.
Yeah. And Bryant and Justin have this, like we had this group, like this obviously group hung in, but Justin and Bryant always had this particular like Abbott and Costello kind of relationship where
Were they?
they love each other, but they hate each other. They,
Yeah.
I mean, for how much I see these
it's
guys
true.
get drunk,
It's
and these
true.
people go to blows on
It's
each other
true.
and still be good
That's
buddies.
right. That's for real.
It's happened. It's happened.
What is it?
It's-
three,
But,
four
but
times?
but we both have to be really drunk for that. Like,
Yeah,
we both
just
have to
helps.
be really
The
drunk.
last time I ended up crying afterwards. So
Yeah, and I was just hammered, just like ripping my hair out. What the fuck is going on?
Wow. Yeah. That's what.
Uh,
I'm trying to think of what booze it had to have been that night. I feel like I should be like,
that's a good question.
my default wants to go to Jack Daniels, but At that time, it could have been like.
Wait.
I didn't drink Jack Daniels until we actually went to this distillery.
No, the last time you guys got into like Brian.
Yeah,
we've
at the
had Jack
apartment,
Daniels
I swear.
in our childhood.
No,
At the
I
apartment,
swear.
right?
The apartment.
Yeah.
No,
when you cried.
Oh man, I started bawling.
What alcohol was it that
It was
night?
horrible.
I believe that night it was more than likely UV vodka. The blue one, more than likely.
Wow.
More than likely, the blue one was involved. We were drinking a lot of that shit back then in that apartment.
I think that used to be a Ralph's specific brand, right? I wonder if that's specific to SoCal.
Dude,
Or is it a Kroger brand?
That stuff was like what, $7 for a 750 milliliter. It was the cheapest
dude.
shit. It was so
bad.
cheap. And I used to sit there and with Liz and Marky and just mix drinks and mix it with fruit punch and drink that shit, dude, and get fucked up. Fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
It was free alcohol.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
And I was a broke ass. I was
Yeah.
I was a broke ass motherfucker back then, dude. Like
Weren't we all?
I would.
Weren't we
I was
all?
taking whatever I could get.
Yeah,
I really was.
That's for real.
I think
was.
that's why I have so much trouble drinking vodka these days because it
God,
was
vodka.
always so cheap, and we could just like if we need to go plastic bottle, we will, whatever.
No,
whatever we gotta do to get
there was a
buzzed.
time in my life with Sky Vodka and Grey Goose where it was killed for me. There were certain people that just killed
That was
it for
our
me.
era. That was fucking
Yeah.
Obelisk.
Yeah.
Grey Goose.
Grey Goose was
Obelisk.
killed it for me. Fucking what's it? That gin, Tanqueray killed it for me, bro.
Oh, I still love Tank.
I
still love
I
me some
can't do
Tank,
it, dude. Like I would take a shot of Tanqueray and I'll remember it. It still comes back to me, dude. It comes back to me, bro. Just like,
Oh no!
It's fucking.
like, dude, it's
Yeah.
not good. It's not good.
There were more bad nights than good on Tanqueray.
Yeah.
During those
Yeah.
during those that one job years. I'm not even gonna say the name.
Yes. Yeah.
During that one job years, we'll call it the job, since we all know what we're
Yes.
talking about.
It was,
You know,
it
you-
was just, the height of our independence.
Sure.
It was 22, 23, 24. It wasn't
Oh,
really
the early
21.
20s, man.
Well,
The
21
early
was
20s, man.
fun.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
it started like after 21 that we started like turning it up
Yeah.
to then.
We
Yeah.
did. 21 was an early age. Like we tried to turn it up to the max and didn't realize that we were continuing to turn it up even after that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fun stuff.
like that
shit.
that place that you're talking about, Shane, that time right there, phew, that was a weird time. We
Yeah.
were turning up hard. That was like hard turning up.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like you look back and you're like, I don't miss it anything at all. Like,
No.
having a much stable lifestyle is
Nope.
almost fun.
Yeah.
Stable
Maintaining is
lifestyle,
very true.
making money that you're like you feel that you earned rather
Yeah.
than
Yep.
you're sitting here working under some douchebag or something like that.
Yeah. Not
It's-
being afraid to fill up your whole tank and not just put like 10, 15 bucks in.
right.
I can fill up in 2 days.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes that happens. That happens. That's for real.
I understand it. I totally get
Well,
it. Trust me.
gas prices. If you guys want to get on that subject out here, whoo. They're on the
I'm
uppity up.
curious. Where's gas prices in California right now?
Right now, it's high threes. They're
threes, yeah.
definitely. I think if I remember right from what I heard on the radio this morning was the average right now in the whole country is like high, like 370 something. Which for some people that's high, some people that's low. But the average before the pandemic was like 320 something. It's like it's in the 320s. So that's a huge jump. That's like a 50-cent jump.
Yes.
From the beginning of the pandemic, that means all through the whole presidential campaign and all that shit, So,
I also think we're stopping a lot of the fracking too. I think we're doing a lot of the we're getting rid of what we were 100% reliant on our own energy for a while, and now we're getting rid of some of the natural fracking stuff, which bad for the environment. So it's that's one thing that's out the window with the new administration. Which all right, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna be paying a lot.
We'll get back into that because I'm always curious because you do the research, Shane, and I always love hearing it.
Yes.
So, anyways,
Yes.
Anyway.
I just go on National Enquirer or Breitbart or HuffPost, and I just get all of my information from those 3 sites. That's it, huh?
Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
I just hit the extremes of all angles.
Hey,
Yeah, no,
fair. Did you just say fair enough? No.
fair enough.
No,
Hey, you got to get it from somewhere, right?
No.
it's gonna be interesting now. We'll see though. But yeah, Justin. So we kind of digged into your past a little bit. We don't have to go too far. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
I feel like we could do an entire episode in Justin's
Oh,
past.
that would be too much for people. People just having heart attacks and shit. Like on the spot.
I swear, I might have a heart attack. I was
It'd
there.
be dependent on how much you're willing to divulge, but maybe if we ever get desperate enough for viewership, maybe we can dig into that past right there.
Yeah, we'll see.
Jeez.
That back house. Hey man, you're foreshadowing right now. Like, watch 20 episodes down. We're
That's
gonna
what
have
I'm
to do
saying.
something like that.
There
People
you
are
go.
gonna be like, "Yo, you mentioned it. Give it to us."
When are you gonna tell us about Justin's background?
Like, fuck you
hey.
guys.
This
Fuck
will
you
be
guys.
Sitting there,
Justin
fuck
will be
you
my
guys.
Meghan Merkel to my Oprah. That's what he'll be the.
I'll give you guys
interview of the
I'll give you
lifetime.
guys like one story an episode.
Bro,
Oh,
that's
Just-
fucking, I like it.
Just-
I like
like
Justin's
it. All
story
right.
time.
all right. All right. Tune in for Justin's
it'd be
story time.
great.
It gets
It'd be
intense. Maybe
Great.
one little
It would-
story, and we'll just link them all together. We'll have like an arc.
Exactly.
Some kind of story arc.
Exactly, because I'm sure with one story, both of you guys will have a story to go with it. Like,
But yeah,
it's
by the time we turn
usually the way it
16,
works.
17, 'cause I don't know how deep into your childhood you want to go. By the time you turn 17, Bryant and I can.
But even if you guys aren't part of
corroborate?
it, I'm sure you guys could dive in, find
Yeah.
something to relate it out. If
Oh,
it's
yeah.
either a person or if it's an activity or it's something, you know?
Yoder?
Anything.
Brian-
Yeah,
oh.
yeah, there you go. I got plenty of stories with that guy. That guy is something else.
Yeah.
Whew, that guy's something else. You know?
Don't get me started. Okay.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
I'm repressing anger.
Yeah,
Press a
there's a-
button. Just press a button to
I
release
know.
it.
Oh, jeez. All right. Yeah, interesting. Okay, maybe because there's Justin's got he has stuff I still reference in my life outside of Justin. I use Justin as a reference for a lot of things
Yeah.
because it's an interesting story and it's like it's a journey and he's learned a lot and I like all the times he's been
Right?
scammed from
Oh
different
god!
countries.
Oh god, dude!
I'm allowed to talk shit only because I
yeah.
warned you.
Yes, yes,
Against a couple of them.
Just can't.
That happened a few times.
I'm not Justin.
A few times, bro.
Maybe we shouldn't put this guy in Nigeria any money.
Yeah.
Shut up, Shane. I know what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been sawn in a few times. Hey man, being gullible, bro. Like that was a hard one to kick. Yeah, dude. I went through a lot of life, gullible as fuck, dude.
You gotta
Got me
get
into
that
some
thick
shit.
skin sometime after.
Yeah,
too.
you do. You
And
do.
they're in your defense, those scammers are fucking everywhere, dude. I remember
Oh,
when I moved to
yeah.
Arizona, I was trying to move back. I was moving back to Cali and like I was just trying to sell TV for like 50, 60 bucks. I was like, all right, I was almost getting ready to get away for free. Like I put up on Craigslist and people were like, hey, I'm over in Laos, but if you send me $400, I'll send you $1,000 and the TV and stuff. I'm just like, I was like, really, dude?
What do you mean?
I was like,
Okay.
I'd have just thrown it away or something. I was like, fuck it. It's not even worth it at this point. But, yeah. Yeah,
Really,
okay.
dude?
That's gnarly. But yeah, that's okay. So maybe we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it a ... for Justin's
Sure.
past because we can turn a lot of stories out of that.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
a lot of
Yeah.
shit.
There's a lot of stories.
But and both of you guys are involved in
Like
quite a lot.
jumping off of your roof and making sure I don't hit a plant while I go
Oh
down.
god!
Dude,
Oh,
yeah.
making you guys do that was awesome.
Yeah. Those high 2-story Deer Valley roofs too. That shit was up
Yeah.
there, dude. I was like a 15-foot drop. Just,
Yeah, and you have to clear the bushes.
yeah.
You couldn't
If we
just
were
drop
Call of
straight
Duty,
down,
it would have been enough distance to open your parachute. That's how,
dude. And then
it was like a 10
and then
foot
when
fall,
you
bro.
and then when
Yeah.
you rolled, the mailbox is right there, so you have to
Yeah.
make sure that you didn't hit the mailbox when you
Yeah.
when you landed and rolled.
and you
Bro.
had to roll too, or your ankles
Dude.
were getting. You had to.
Yeah,
kinda-
you had to
yeah.
roll, dude. I've hit the mailbox. It
Yeah.
sucks, dude. It sucks to hit the mailbox, but it's the drugs were worth it, man.
Let's go take a shot. Let's go drink a beer.
Yeah.
Let's go drink a beer in the back of my car.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
let's go to the
Yeah.
park. It was always the meetup at the park.
Yeah.
Go to the park. Just stand at the
Justin's
bench.
stories.
Fuck. That's
Justin's
Yeah.
story time.
right.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah. Okay. Good call. We'll get back to that. Okay. So for next episode, we will definitely have at least one segment of Justin's story time.
That sounds good.
We'll have
that
a
sounds
splashy
good.
intro and everything. It'll be neat. Bryant. So yeah, let's on the topic of personal lives.
Sure.
Again,
Yeah. Bryant. What's going on, Bryant?
Playboy of Nashville. I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah,
Bryant
he
had a-
is though.
Bryant
He
had a
is though.
visitor in.
This fool's dick is redder than the devil's. Fucking.
Whoa. No, hold on. Let Justin finish that.
No. I decided not to finish that.
His dick is redder than devil's foot. His nose or something.
His
dude.
his
right.
thumb.
Yeah.
I had a lady fly out to me recently.
Yeah. From Cali.
But
we all know.
Yeah,
should we
you-
say
you
names?
guys-
Well, we don't know if she wants to be her name to be told on us. We should have like a pseudonym
Yeah.
for her, some kind of like. Should we call her Lady X?
Call her Jody.
Jody, that's from
Does that have a negative connotation? And
well, it's from military. When
I don't
they're
know.
in boot
I
camp,
don't know
they're
anybody
like,
named
"Jody's
Jody.
fucking your lady.
I don't know anybody named Jody. So
I was gonna say Miss
We can
X.
use Jody.
but
We can
Miss
use Jody.
X. Hey, Miss X.
Jody's fine. Whatever that.
Miss X sounds sexual.
Mrs. X.
Miss XXX.
Miss X. Well, I mean, that's probably what the majority of this conversation is going to turn into. So
Ooh.
maybe Miss X is appropriate.
Here, I got a song we can. So when Brian gets in, okay. Okay.
Yes.
No, so she flew
Yeah.
out there. She
So yeah, she flew out. We had a great time. I don't know. It's when you're with that type of woman where you could go ahead and have the good friendship conversation, and then at the same time you guys are having fun. So you guys are having drinks, you guys are having
Right.
smoke, and then you decide to go ahead and go out and do fun stuff. And then at the same time, she also
Yeah.
is in.
She's
what the hell was that?
also ringing your doorbell.
That's right.
All right, for fuck's sake. I don't stop doing whatever you guys are doing.
But I had a fucking really, really good time. I can't stop thinking about her.
Okay.
Good.
It's
And
crazy.
we know
Oh, this
Miss X.
motherfucker's in love.
We've all known each other for the better part of the last, 10 to 20
Decade.
years. Yeah,
Decades
last
up.
couple days. Yeah, we know Miss X and or Jody. What the fuck? Yeah, the most ugliest name. I'm sorry. No offense to anyone named Jody out there, by the way, but
I don't know. You
I'm
didn't
not a
have to
fan.
agree
I'm
to
not a
it.
fan of the name.
Asshole.
I'm,
You didn't
I
have
hate
to-
it. I
you
hate
didn't
it.
have to agree to it.
I don't care. I don't like it.
I like Miss X. I actually like Miss X better because this is gonna go sexual
Keeps
real
reminding
quick.
me
Yeah.
of fucking the guy that comes in Resident Evil 2, the fucking tyrant
Yeah.
or the T virus. Anyways, I don't want to think of her
Okay.
as a T virus. Maybe she's more of a gamer than I am.
Miss X. Okay.
Actually.
Well-
Brian, why don't you think of a fucking name then?
Jody.
All right. Well.
Jody. Don't go with mine.
Jody, yeah.
And you're supposed to think of your own, bro.
I was like, oh man.
Let's call her Bethica.
Bethica.
I don't. That's all I got. But
How about,
I want Miss X.
How about a hooker name? Call her Candy.
Oh,
Can't
Star.
go wrong with it. Star. Star's another good one. Or
Okay.
Destiny. The Destiny's another hooker name.
The game Destiny's too close to my heart.
Oh,
so
that's
okay.
true. Okay, all right. We're not gonna do that one then. But hey, what was it? What was the other one you said, Brian?
Candy. Sorry.
Candy. Candy's a good one.
Hey, if she was a candy, what candy would she be, Bryant?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, is she a Tootsie Roll?
She's a Sour Patch Kid.
She's black licorice.
Lucas.
She's a straight Lucas. Jesus, you guys.
All right.
Ravens too. That's calling out Southern California right there in the younger days. It's just pretty much an ultra pixel stick. That's all it is.
We talking about Lucas?
No, the fucking Ravens Revenge.
Oh, yes.
Where
They
it
just
just
sell
like,
that at my Little League games. It's like, candy.
came
Oh
in a
God, dude!
vial, like an ultra pixie stick.
It came in a vial. The Ravens Revenge. It came in and like it was like it would just turn everything. Like if it was green or black, it's just sugar, just pure sugar.
It was pure sugar, just pure.
Yeah. So So anyways, you've known Miss X for the better part of the last decade, right? For a while. What's up with you and her? What's the deal?
I've known her since junior high. So I've known her since I was about 12, 13 years old.
Damn.
And
how old are you now? 42?
Right.
30.
I'm right in calling in a lawyer
32 now. For reference, 32. But okay, so you guys go back to middle school. You guys have always been kind of off and on though, right? There's been.
It was yes, definitely. It was always off and on, and as we just gotten older, it's always just gotten more. It's gotten
sexual.
more
sexual tension.
Sexual.
Wink.
Tension.
But yeah,
Your heart started to connect more and more. Started to intertwine like vines, Bryant.
plants growing together and shit.
Oof, we're getting emotional here, dude. We're on doing some emotional shit.
Any like highlights with this woman, like date highlight kind of stuff, not intimate, like.
It's boring and it's low. And it's just, we were hanging out at the house. We were I made a hoagie. I made a 12-inch hoagie. We just hung out.
You treated her like Justin. Nice.
Justin
what was it?
Get the hoagie.
I didn't get the hoagie.
Okay. All right. I seen Justin making his own meals there.
Yeah.
When he was
Hell yeah.
This guy's a fucking Chef Boyardee over here.
Yeah, he is. Justin gets
went
his
over
cook
there
on,
and started
dude.
cooking.
Oh,
He did.
that'll be some of the stories we'll get into. The little mini grill we'd put in the back of your Jeep. We drive to the park when we were like 19.
God, that's a good one.
That's a 32 block of Coors Light. just grilling on the back of your Jeep.
just getting fucked up, dude, in the back of the Jeep. Just like fuck it.
And luckily, I have an open palate. I'm gonna toot my own horn here. I have an open palate because Justin would break out the green beans in a can, bust them out, and we would fucking devour these. Dude. We would devour everything on the menu.
Yes.
None of us were snobs about it. I grew up with a dad into canned food, so it really helped out with those.
Yeah, exactly,
with
dude.
those nights.
yeah. Our way of eating was just like, dude.
Oh, unfortunate at best, dude. It's probably why I have a hole in my stomach right now, dude. Just the spicy chicken Carl's Jr. sandwiches. Justin worked at Carl's. All right, we're getting way too deep into this. I'm telling stories. Justin worked at Carl's Jr. and he would just feed us spicy chicken sandwiches by like the baker's dozen.
Dude, when Casey wanted his deep fried, god, and I did it. I smashed it between two pans and deep fried it.
Let's tell that story real quick. Let's go to the night. Let's tell one. Let's do Justin's story time right now.
Okay, dude, that's a good one. I remember that night really well. I remember that night.
Okay.
You guys were crazy that night.
And now, Justin's story time.
Yes.
Oh my god, this freaking music.
It's actually no copyright sound, NCS, so it's free use. So you probably heard it a bunch of places because anyone can use it for free.
Holy holy smokes, I love
Yeah.
it. Anyways, sorry.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I do like that.
So, set up the story. So we're 18. We have to be 18.
We were like 18 or so. I don't know if Brian was there. I don't think Brian was there.
It was
No,
my
okay.
Sahel and Ricky days. God bless
Oh,
America.
yes.
y'all.
How'd that
we
pan out
drinking?
for you? Who are you hanging out with now, Bryant? Scumbag.
We'll go ahead and we'll take a drink. This is going to become customary that before we start a story of mine,
Okay.
we got a drink.
Yeah,
That's
you
for
gotta
sure.
Pivot up for it. Okay. So let's go around what we're drinking. Justin is flowing with estrogen right now. He's drinking it Truly. You know, God bless him. Bryant, what are you sipping on?
America.
This motherfucker's going to go manly right now.
I'm drinking on America. That's what we're drinking.
Okay, that's what Bryant has in. He's quite proud of himself. Let him just drink it off his American.
We're drinking Jameson.
Brian's shaking Jameson, nice. I love me some Irish
some
whiskey.
Jamie.
Kraken, the
Ooh,
high
baby.
proof spice rum.
You know, hey, in my defense, I was going to stop and get liquor, and I was really contemplating it, but I do have to work tomorrow.
You had to get
so-
tampons instead. I understand.
Yep. I had an elderly woman stop at 7-Eleven and bring me Trulies.
You asked a 16-year-old to pick some out for you. You're
Oh,
hitting
God.
them up outside. Hey,
I love this
can you
flavor.
give me some booze?
I love this flavor.
No,
Shut
I like
up.
Trulies. I like Trulies.
I love this.
I can't
dick
talk
in
shit.
your ass.
No, that's cool, man. I like it. I respect what you're doing with your life choices.
Honestly, though, I'm actually just not a big fan of seltzer.
Okay, I love seltzer water. I love sparkling water, and no, those Trulies are dank. They're actually
They are good.
out of all of them, I feel like they taste the most natural. They're subtle with their flavors.
They are.
Okay.
I do not like White Claws.
No,
Though,
yeah,
I'm not a fan of the White Claws.
It has an artificial kind of taste to it, like that fake kind of cherry taste. You're like, ooh,
Sure,
it's kind of almost
sure.
like cough medicine a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, Truly's very subtle. Lena loves Truly's. Lena and Liz, so I end up drinking them after the manly stuff's gone. No, that's okay. No, I'm not.
Hey, you know what? In my
don't care.
defense, I did drink my last 2 Coors, so
That's
I
right.
got
man-
that actually.
the manly
That's
stuff
what we were
was
drinking
gone.
before we started.
Yeah.
That's what you were drinking a minute ago.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
sparkling water, and it's just
you go,
spiked sparkling water. I'm all about Truly's. I talk
Yeah,
crap.
yeah.
I talk crap.
motherfucker.
I down with it.
Motherfucker.
Okay, back to Justin's story time.
Yeah. So what's story time?
So,
All right.
this is the Carl's Jr. night. So Justin worked at Carl's Jr.
So we're telling this story, and Brian is hearing it maybe possibly for the first time.
All right.
Yeah, I might just be.
All right. Yeah, so we were 18. Think of a cool...
Oh, God.
we were in our cars.
Like-
it wasn't
like, was
hot,
that-
so it
was
had to
that
be September, October.
14 years ago?
Yeah,
Ish?
14 years ago. A crisp
like that.
SoCal October night. We're talking probably mid to high 60s, chilling the night. You know,
Yeah.
you can throw a jacket on if you want.
Oh,
If
yeah,
not,
yeah.
just rock a short sleeve, and it's
It was
totally
a chill night.
acceptable.
It was a very
Yeah.
chill night. Yeah.
So Justin happened. We won't say which Carl's Jr., even though I'm sure the statute of limitations way past. Even though
and
it was
and
not
it
bad.
doesn't exist anymore. It's gone.
And
It's a
it
was
Starbucks.
torn
It's
down.
it's a Starbucks now.
That's
Same exact building. It's a Starbucks
Oh, the
now.
irony.
Oh yeah, they fooled me. I went to that Carl's Jr. to get some Carl's Jr. and I ended up at a Starbucks, and I'm like, okay.
Lena, my wife, loves the fact that Starbucks now, dude. She hits that shit up on the rig. So
Oh,
she
I
says
feel
stuff,
sorry
yeah.
for them. I bet they get
Yeah.
some of the worst fucking traffic of people,
Oh.
the types of people that they
right
get.
off that
Oh,
exit. Yeah.
Right off that exit. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So anyways.
okay. Yes.
This particular Carl's Jr. that Justin worked at, and he was very friendly with. Was JS? Was he
the man? He was a shift leader. He was a
shift leader? Okay, at the
So
time.
so yeah. We'll just call him John.
Okay, perfect. No, we'll call him by his last name. No,
No, we'll just call him John. Yeah.
yeah. So
That's a super generic name.
this was the kind of guy who was a little older than us, but like didn't have any friends to hang out with. I feel like maybe he was real like he was too appeasing.
He
Okay.
was very appeasing. So he was kind of a pushover. He was kind of a pushover. Really chill guy, kind of a pushover. But
Yeah. And this particular Carl's Jr. had no cameras.
zero cameras in the
It had
entire building.
zero cameras
So and it was
inside.
known that this Carl's Jr. had no
14 years
cameras in
ago.
the entire building.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
it's a different
and
time.
You know what? That is a different
years
time because and you know they should have had cameras. I'm like, how the fuck does this place
they
not have
should've.
cameras?
It was
Yeah.
It was 2007. I think they should have had cameras.
Yeah, they should have,
2007.
but they didn't have any cameras.
Yeah.
So the dining room, no cameras.
Take it from there, Justin. So Justin had free reign. What
I
happened
had
that
free
particular
reign.
night?
I was closing that night. I was closing that night, and all my friends showed up, and it was just me. Let's see. So we let the cook go early, so it was just me and my manager John, and my Shane came up. Casey, there was like maybe 2 or 3 tables worth of people. I remember that. And they all wanted to sit and eat and hang out and smoke, if possible, smoke in the dining room. I remember asking John, I'm like, hey, if they sat back there, would they be able to smoke? And he's like, yeah, as long as they open the door and it all flows out the door. Like, cool. So, but everyone had to get food, you know? It was like, hey, you know, everyone's kind of got to get food. So everyone sat back there, and I remember it was 3 tables worth of people. I'm pretty sure there was a drink spilled that night. I think there was a drink spilled at some point.
Sounds about right.
And then Casey wanted a chicken sandwich, and he asked me, he was like, bro, can you deep fry that shit? I was like, oh, like, jeez. Yeah, and I remember asking him, are you sure you want me to do that with everything on it? Yeah, deep fry the whole thing.
Lettuce and all.
Lettuce
Like
and
it was
everything.
just made. Yeah.
Lettuce and everything. So I did a traditional with the mayo and everything, the traditional spicy chicken sandwich, threw it into a fry cage, and then threw another fry cage on top of it to smash it, and I threw it in there for 50 seconds, and I gave it to him, and he ate it, and I think I'm like, that can't be good. That's gotta be so disgusting.
How
Like,
I
that-
got one. I
don't know.
I got one. That same night, because I heard Casey say that.
Oh,
I was
really?
like, dude,
You got
do
one
mine like
too?
that too. I was like, I was hopping
Oh
on,
my
I was hopping on the
God.
train. I was there too.
It was good.
Fucking terrible. It
Oh, it was terrible? Oh,
it
God.
was greasy. Like all the oil just soaked into it.
Yeah, into the
It
bun.
didn't fry. It was
Yeah.
just mushy. It was just mushy bread, wilted lettuce, and an extra fried chicken patty. Basically, was all it was. And like the mayo was completely like, I'm sure I
Yeah.
got sick off
Done.
it. I don't know.
Terrible. But these guys had a bong in the dining area, and they were just taking rips out of the bong and blowing it out the door, out the side door.
And like there's no wall. It's all
Yeah.
windows.
It's all windows. Yeah, the
So
entire
people are
building is
trying-
windows. So if somebody of any importance rolled up, if a cop rolled up, they would
Yeah.
have seen. They would be able to easily see these people, these kids, literally in the dining room, fucking getting
Kids,
high.
yeah.
Like,
We were.
yeah, definitely, dude. And there's no way that we didn't stink up the restaurant. Like,
Yeah.
they're blowing it out the door, but come on. I mean, they're taking the rips
You're right.
yeah, they're taking the rips inside the restaurant.
Yeah. It wasn't just any bong, by the way. It was the Strangler.
It was the Strangler too. That little
Which-
that short neck
Do you
bong.
still have the glass pieces?
Yes, I do. I still have the pieces in my box up
worth it.
there.
It's not worth it.
Well, one day I'm gonna have somebody remake something with those pieces. Maybe not
Yeah.
the same structure because it was a terrible structure. So, but
Maybe an elegant butt plug while you're drinking a Truly.
yeah, it needs a better base. If it was a nice bong with that centerpiece and that top piece with a better base, that would be cool. But I would not want the
I
same
don't know
bong.
what it did to my right eye,
When it was like flickering, your eye was flickering.
bro. I took a hit out of this bong, and it burnt my right eye, and like sent a shiver down my brainstem.
Okay.
And then it just started watering this eye, and I
I
was
hate it.
like,
Yeah, he was sitting
hate
in my
it.
Jeep, just
Oh,
like,
no,
bro,
bro.
something happened to me.
Don't like it. Don't like it at all. Oh, makes me cringe.
Um,
that was a bong.
But yeah,
That That was a bongs bong.
Yeah, I think that is the story. That is my story of the
Carl's
episode.
Jr. story, yeah.
The
It
Carl's-
was
yeah. Oh, there's more. There are plenty more Carl's Jr. stories.
yes.
That one
we'll call
stands
it a
out.
prelude.
Yeah,
'cause
that one.
yeah.
I want to say that one is probably the worst of them. Yeah, that's probably going to be the worst of them.
Of the actual Carl's Jr. one.
Of all the Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
ones, there's one that comes pretty close. I have to tell you guys that one night, but that one was bad because because of the bong rips in the dining room. Like that's
Yeah.
super ballsy that we let that happen.
We had a lot of food,
Manager
just a lot of
let you
shitty
do it.
food.
Dude, yeah, and the manager, he let me do it. I asked him. See, the thing is, I didn't just let these guys do anything. I'm like, I'm gonna ask, like I'm gonna ask, and if he says no, then it's a no. You know, what's the worst that could happen? He's just gonna say no, right? So I asked
That's
him, and
okay.
he said yes, and I'm like, okay, yeah, like,
Would you do my impression of John?
yeah,
Okay. Okay, I guess.
got yourself
okay.
He was such a cool dude too. I really liked him.
He is such a
I
cool
guess
dude.
so. Okay.
Okay, I get
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, he let that shit slide. I think it came down to more that he didn't want to be the guy who was responsible for saying no.
Yeah,
And-
to
and-
ruin
and-
everyone's fun.
And back then, I mean, dude, that was pre-military. He ended up going into the military. But
Oh,
so yeah, I'm sure he's came out a different person after that.
Yeah.
But back then, he didn't have as much of a backbone. So I think he was more like he just didn't want to say no. So he would just say yes and hope to God that nothing happened. Because, dude, all it took is a GM to walk in, a cop to roll up. That would have
Yeah.
been terrible if a cop rolled up.
off of that street.
Well, no, dude, CHP. You never know. But CHP isn't gonna come in. Probably they're gonna go through the drive-through.
They went to the right. They used to go to unless they were actually coming for food. The way the restaurant was, it was tucked away.
It was
to where, like, it was
tucked away.
right next to the
Yeah.
freeway.
Super tucked away. It's
Just one entrance.
downhill. That weird
Yeah.
downhill from the gas.
Yeah,
Obnoxious.
yeah, down towards
Obnoxious, yeah.
Casey's neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Nobody's
That was okay. So yeah, that was a small, but yeah, that was just the Carl's Jr. story. Some of the house party stories go a little.
No, yeah. There's some
there's-
There's some good house party stories.
Justin's
God.
house was known to
God,
place.
right?
Throw some-
The
Wow.
women.
We'll get into it. We'll get into one of these days. But yeah, that was Justin's story time. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-boop. More of those to come. Maybe including Bryant too. Maybe we'll get one that.
Oh gosh, there's
You
plenty
could
with
get
Brian.
the 4th of July party at your house out of me.
The 4th of July at
Where I fell off the
Shane's
roof.
house. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian,
That-
Brian's
nobody-
like the nicest dude when you talk to him when he's sober. But there's a line that Brian hits.
Yeah.
And this guy just
turn-
turned into Richard
Turned into a
Ramirez, dude. Just
douchebag, bro. You turn into a fucking I'm looking right through you douchebag.
oh, dude, yeah, it's like the 1,000-yard stare. and,
Yeah,
this
he's
guy
just
could,
like-
kill anyone.
Dude,
at any
you
moment.
know what you do a lot when you're really, really fucked up and you're like in between moments, you put your hands in your you put your hands in and out of your pockets a lot. Like almost like you're searching for something, but you're not. You're just like yeah, you'll sit there with your shoulders up super high and be fiddling in your pockets super slow, not knowing what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
That's a very common thing I know you do.
That's crazy.
I
I remember Justin telling me is when I used to get to a point, bro, you're looking through me right now.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's 1,000.
I
I've
remember
told
that shit.
yeah,
And
you're looking
and you're
through
like, bro, you're looking through me right now.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it would slowly all right.
Oh,
My
no.
brain would start going.
That's if you weren't too blown out yet, because a lot of times we'd say something, it's like Bryant, like Justin would be like, Bryant, you're staring through me, and Bryant would be like, take offense to it.
Yeah, take offense to it. What? What?
And like, oh shit.
What?
I'm not staring through you.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
Chuck Bryant.
Come on, you trying to be my dad? Talking to me like my dad. Like,
Look at Bryant. Like, I've always said this too. Like, I'm pretty sure Brian's heard me say this. I don't feel too bad for saying it, but like, look, Bryant's a good-looking dude. Brian can,
Sure.
you know, he can pull the hat. Look at that.
fucking anything that wants.
But I remember we met those chicks at the sushi bar that one night, bro. It was me, Bryant, and Blaine. And we met these random chicks who were like, you know, the woo girls at the sushi bar, and we were like sending them like sake. We were like, we went to New York. It was like a month, like 2 months before I went to New York, before I moved to Jersey. And I remember like Blaine ended up wanting to go home, and Bryant was already hammered. So we were doing sake bombs with Ken, who was there and stuff. And they're like, you guys want to come over to the party? And we're like, yeah. So just me and Bryant. And Bryant's a good looking dude, so Bryant can like just pull most chicks in. But Bryant was belligerent that night. And I was like, this guy's gonna make me look good. I know how Bryant gets to get strong. Bryant's gonna make me look good tonight. So I'm sitting there with like these groups of girls, bro, and we're at this random chick's house. Me and Bryant are there. And I'm talking to this group, and Bryant just ends up on the floor, and he's grabbing at like chicks' legs and being like, "I like you, lady. I don't care." See, the thing with Bryant gets defensive, and he gets like obstinate, like he's drunk. Bryant just like he's angry at people. Sweetest dude in the world. Bryant's the sweetest dude in the world. And like it's like people always say like alcohol brings out who you truly are. I think for Bryant, alcohol brings out like who he'll never be. Because I know like I've seen Bryant on other stuff, and he's the most like caring dude. But on alcohol, Bryant, it makes it to you.
It makes sense.
And this was in our early days.
Alcohol's a powerful drug.
Yeah, it is. And this is when none of us were in like good places. We were all kind of like not happy, but we were at the point. So it was we were drinking to forget, you know, instead of
drinking to forget. Oh God.
Yeah, but I remember that's when I met this one chick at this party, and like I ended up like talking to her until I ended up moving to Jersey, and I kind of lost contact with her. But yeah, that night was while Bryant was on a good one.
To be honest, I'm not surprised.
I just remember hearing that's the last memory I had is Bryant laying on the floor, and like people were walking Bryant would try to grab their ankles, and we were strangers. We were like two random dudes, basically. Look, I can only imagine like if I saw a random dude I didn't know. And there were guys at the party, but like me and Brian are big. Like we also like this big white dude, this big Puerto Rican dude walking to this party. We're like, come on, not too many people. And then the dude, it was almost
already it's fun.
It kind of seemed like not like a frat party, but like a community college party, because like no one there was like too ritzy. Frat. It wasn't like sorority frat, but there was a lot of like.
All that makes me think
people, yeah. And like we weren't confrontational. We were nice enough, but like we're nice enough people.
That's the thing, is that we were never like fully dick.
No, we're never looking for a fight. We're never those assholes who are trying to start fights for everyone.
All of us, all the people that we hung out with, we were never looking for a fight. We were looking to go ahead and get fucked up, meet people, and have fun.
Yeah,
that was
and other people. And I'll preface that because earlier in the pod, but Bryant and Justin would just fight each other. They never fought anyone else, and always be like at a house party where it's just like the close friends. Or just like, you know, the groups like hanging out and stuff. Yeah. And then Bryant and Justin would just start looking at each other, just being like, I hate you.
No, I'll be honest. Bryant would have to get to that certain level. It would be more on Bryant, I'm gonna say, to get to that
Justin's
certain
antagonizer.
I know. I'm an antagonizer. Don't get me wrong, but Bryant has to get, in order for it to get physical, Bryant has to be on that level to where he's literally pushing me. Like literally physically pushing me while he's talking shit.
No.
Like he's all like, dude, that whole "you're better than me" shit. Oh my god, dude! It's like
this fool. You know what? He was provoking me. He was.
I was.
And he's like, well, you're gonna fucking do something.
Yeah, that was at Rory's house. Dude, that was at Rory's house. Yeah,
for
That
I don't know. This guy elbowed me in the face a few times.
no,
He's
that wasn't that night. We didn't touch each other that
that was
night.
a different night.
you're fucking
That-
strong, Justin.
Hell
You're fucking
yeah, when I need to be.
when you need. Fair enough.
When I need to be. No, the night I elbowed you, that was when you were crying and shit. Dude, and I did nothing I did not antagonize you at all that night. I did not push you that night. I was actually being super fucking cool with you that night, and you were like, "You're better than me," and dude, I felt
This
so
guy's
bad.
so fucking smart. This guy's so
See,
fucking
that's what
smart. And
that's
it
what
always
he was.
happened.
Dude,
I was trying so hard, and this guy would just achieve.
Yeah.
Dude,
All
you
the
were.
time.
Oh hey, but the best part of that night
Getting
was
picked
when
by
Marky,
scammers.
when fucking oh dude, I'm terrible. When this guy pushed me up against a wall and my back cracked the drywall, and
Ooh.
Marky comes out of nowhere. He comes out of nowhere and sticks his head around the corner. What's going on? And Bryant turns around. This is none of your business. Get out of here! And he just turns around and leaves. And he lived there.
Yeah. Marky was a roommate, just sweet, this gay dude.
Yeah,
Not ever
yeah.
looking for any trouble.
He was not looking for trouble, and
Yeah.
I gotta talk about that. Like Bryant is a big no. I'm like, yep, I get it, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, while some fucking 300-pound chick was getting porked by her 400-pound boyfriend on the fucking couch, dude. They broke the couch. These random fucking people broke the couch that night because they was like fucking 700 pounds fucking on it. Like, Jesus, dude.
Just creating diamonds, dude. Just grind.
Dude, that couch was never the same. It was literally, there was no more cushion. You would sit in the couch and just sink all the way down. And like, just be sitting there. Like, come on. Like,
They ate the cushion.
dude, they literally ate the cushion. Their bodies absorbed the cushion. They were both so fat. You know, like, Jesus Christ. All right, anyways.
Yeah. All right. So we didn't really get a chance to go into video games. We got to wrap it up here. We got about 5 or so minutes left.
Let's get into video games, bro.
Next time we'll get into some video games. This first pod, I just wanted to catch everyone up with who Bryant and Justin particularly are, and I think that's exactly what we did. That's exactly what I wanted to accomplish.
I think so. I think you're right.
Cut it all out.
So expect more of these dudes. We're all avid gamers. We've all been playing a Smash Brothers clone on Steam called Brawlhalla.
Oh yeah.
And it's very intense. We're always looking for a fourth. So if anyone wants to sub in, get down, think you can hold yourself against us, we're pretty vicious. I feel all of us are equally matched.
Pretty vicious.
Justin got used to it a little too quickly, but I feel like we can still take him, and we will.
We're gonna get it.
But I'll go use it for us. If anyone wants to sub in, we're going to start streaming some play sessions of ours, probably to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, who the hell knows. But it's coming along. Just to go through some quick gaming news, just because I collected a few things here. We can briefly go through. I'm going to do a quick fucking 30 seconds on each of them or something. Can't have a podcast without at least bringing up Destiny 2. At least talking about my favorite game, which will always be my favorite game, and I don't give a fuck what you say. Destiny 2's in a good place. So Beyond Light came out, was it November? Came out a few months ago. Came out a little rough out of the gate. Issue with sunsetting. Those uninitiated, sunsetting was they put a cap on a lot of the weapons people have already grinded for. So a lot of people's hard work kind of went down the drain with this whole sunsetting thing. So Destiny decided to take it away in a couple seasons. But unfortunately, everything that was sunset still sunset. But they're making progress. Season of the Chosen is a season worth playing right now. Added a lot of cool stuff. Paul Tassi, Forbes writer, has a lot of good articles on it. Check him out. I go to him for all my Destiny news.
Nice.
I think we're on the horizon of getting a new third person weapon. So Destiny's a first person shooter, but when you hold the sword in that game, it goes third person. So the camera zooms out and you can see your guy hold the weapon. So the rumor on the only third person weapon we have that we can equip is a sword. It's the only melee weapon we have. Rumor has it we may get a hammer at the end of the season. It shows on a big hammer for the first time. And the game's been out for like 4 years, so this is big news for us. Also, Destiny always willing to get into real world with their marketing. Added a Twitter account for the main villain of the season of Chosen, Katil, the Cabal Empress. So she actually has a Twitter account. She's live tweeting stuff in character, and even responding to people when like they kind of tweet her and ask her stuff about the game. Like they'll be like, "Oh, what do you think about Cade?" Or like, "Oh no," someone like tweeted like, "Oh, what do you think about failing your father?" And she's like, "The same way you feel about failing Cade 6," which was this character that died in Destiny a few seasons ago or a few expansions ago. So it's real interesting. They've always been real good with real world marketing, where it's not just like they'll put puzzles out there and sleuths on the internet will kind of figure this stuff out. So I love Destiny.
Okay.
Say what you want about the gameplay, the repetitive story, blah blah blah, the mechanics. Best first-person shooter mechanics on the market, second only to Titanfall 2 or Apex Legends. If you want to, I don't know. I feel like Titanfall 2 is a little better, but best-selling mechanics in the gaming world right now. That's of course Bungie, people who made first few Halos, first couple.
I saw today Microsoft and Bethesda.
Bethesda. You're right. I'm sorry, Bethesda. Yeah. Microsoft acquired, totally bought the studio out. So expect
That's
to see
crazy.
some. There's they said probably not all, but there's going to be Bethesda Microsoft exclusive. So probably to just a PC and Xbox One and Series.
One dude,
X.
I was like going down the rabbit hole on YouTube, but there was one dude that said he was playing Skyrim on fucking Series X, and there is no lag time between fast travels going into caves. He said maybe a second, maybe a second.
On the PlayStation 5.
Shit.
Borderlands 3, there's an intro screen where Claptrap jumps across the screen, he waves. I swear to God, it used to be like 2.5 minutes, you'd have to wait for a lit up. PlayStation 5, it's no screen. You see Claptrap for 1 second, and it's just like, dude, solid state drives, optimized hard drives for the system. It's beautiful stuff.
That's crazy. That's fun shit. That's super fun shit.
So that's about it. Other than that, Marvel's Avengers is flailing. PC Gamer has a good article about how going free to play is not going to save them.
The fucking finale.
We don't even have enough time to get into all of their. So that's WandaVision. Unfortunately, the games are not keeping up with the great Marvel universe, the MCU. Outriders demo has been amazing. If you haven't played it, go check it out. It's free on PC, Steam. I think Epic Games, PlayStation, and Xbox. It's not The Division. It's not Destiny. I don't know what the hell to call it, but it's getting a lot of attention. People are loving it. Has a great plan for the end game. PlayStation 5 is still hard to get into March, and PlayStation 5s still have rare, limited quantities, hard to buy. But that's pretty much it, guys. We're at about our time here. Thank you for listening, Justin, Bryant. I mean, we mesh. How could we not, right?
Yeah.
It's been good, guys.
Yeah.
Anywhere you guys want to send the listeners? Any social media you guys want to hand out?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Not at the moment just yet.
Brian, keeping it close to the vest. Maybe my next episode. Justin, how about you? Any Instagram, any Facebook you want to send them to? Even your own personal one.
If you could find me, you could add me. All right.
Secrets.
I'll leave it at that. My name's not hard to look up.
Just gotta find it. And of course, you can find us at New Player Podcast on YouTube, at New Player Podcast on Facebook, at New Player Podcast, that's CST on Twitter. So we're trying to be a lot more active on all those. Again, thank you for listening, guys, and expect to see more of us. Say bye, everyone.
Peace.
Peace.